Can you suggest a ring flash for 1100D? Yongnuo is really perfect. That question was from Janani Mahadevan. Janani, go ahead and buy, if you have the budget, please go ahead and buy Canon MR14EX2. That's the best flash that you can ever get. It's a brilliant flash. If you don't want to spend so much, it's around 35,000 rupees. But if you don't want to spend, I have someone who contacted me saying that they have it for 25,000. I can speak to them if you want. That's the best flash. However, if you don't want to invest so much, there is a flash called Yongnuo, which is for 9,000. We also deal with it. If you want, we can send it across. It's a little less powerful as compared to Canon. Janani, I hope I answered that. So Pala Kurti Kiran, is there any setting to be done in camera for black background? No, not really. Just shutter speed 1/200, ISO 100 and f32 is all you need to do. Sushen, excellent session. Thank you so much. Price of the macro lens. I don't know what macro lens you are talking about. 100 mm macro lens is 32,500. That's Canon. But if you're asking me for Canon MP65, that should be around 1.5 lakhs or something like that, or 1.7 lakhs. Just check it out online. How much is the cost of super macro lens? I just answered that, Omkar. If you're asking about extension tubes, there are two types of extension tubes. One is that allow autofocus, and one is that don't allow autofocus. So please don't buy the one that don't allow autofocus, because your f number becomes 00. So you will lose your f number control and you will get very shallow depths of fields. So please don't go for the cheaper extension tubes, go for the expensive ones. I think Aperture has good extension tubes for super macro photography. Go for the autofocusing ones. Super presentation, sir. Hats off. Thank you so much. Tanveer Singh Teja, are your camera settings fixed? Yeah, I don't touch my camera settings at all. I take all my intraoral shots and my tabletop photography at shutter 1/200, ISO 100 and f32 almost 99% of the times. Aditya, thank you so much. Most productive webinar workshop. Thank you so much, Aditya. Shaili, any tricks to use 55-250 lens on dental photography? Shaili, 55-250 can't be used for dental photography. In fact, if you don't want to buy a macro lens, 1855 is the lens that's going to be helping you more. So the basic 1855 lens with a macro filter is a better to use option than 55-250 lens. You cannot work with 55-250 lens even after putting a macro filter. So what you can do is 1855 with macro filters is good, or 1855 with extension tubes is really good. Just keep it at 55 mm and you can do dental photography with that. But 55-250 you should not use. What about twin flash settings? Umesh, what about twin flash settings? Okay, so here's a trick. If you want to use twin flash, so I consider that you want to use it for anti-red aesthetics. If you want to use it for anti-red aesthetics, I keep my twin flash on manual mode, and since it is very powerful, I have to keep it at a power of 1/8 power. If you're using some other flash, you see what is perfect for you, but around 1/8 is perfect for using a twin flash for anti-red aesthetics. And the same holds true for tabletop photography as well. Your camera settings will always be at the maximum f number. Faster shutter speed for flash photography, that's 1/200. ISO minimum, that's 100. f32 if you are using Canon. If you are using Nikon or any other camera which allows you to use a higher f number, you can. Flash power is usually good at 1/8 for a twin flash. If your twin flash has diffusers, if it is still coming bright, then you can reduce the flash power, but please don't touch the camera power. The last thing that I wanted to say about twin flash use is the light direction has to be cervico-incisal, not inciso-cervical. In the sense, so suppose if this is my patient and I'm using a twin flash, so suppose these are my twin flashes, the light has to be coming from cervical direction to incisal direction. Only then you will get your aesthetic shots nicely. But if my patient is like this, that means I am at 12 o'clock position. Now you can appreciate my light direction is inciso-cervical, means incisors are hitting first and then the cervical region. this is the worst possible direction. So what you have to do if you are at 12 o'clock position is get your twin flashes down like this. Now again your flash has become cervico-incisal like this. Your flash has to always go from cervical to incisal and not the other way around, incisal to cervical. So if you are doing your anterior aesthetic cases from 7 o'clock position, in the sense you are looking at your patient like this, then you have to keep your flashes coming from up to down. But if you are used to working at 12 o'clock position like I work like this for my anterior aesthetic cases. So I keep my twin flash direction like this. Cervico-incisal has to be the direction of your twin flashes, not the other way around. I hope that helped. Puneet, which softbox do you recommend? I recommend Elinchrom softboxes for studio lights, and I got these from my tailor. I got them made from my tailor. So if you want them, I can get it ordered for you after the lockdown is over. Okay, but your softboxes should have double diffusion. Keep that in mind. It should have one cloth inside and one cloth outside. These are the best softboxes that you can possibly have. Alright, and they can be used only for speed lights, not twin flash. Abhinav Mishra, Dr. Mayur, can we use microscope to take magnified image using DSLR and not super macro lens? Obviously yes, you can, Abhinav. That's a very good idea. You can use your microscope for taking a good picture, super macro picture. Cost of super macro is around 1.5 to 1.7 lakhs. Varun Parekh, that was a good live session. Thanks, Varun. So Varun is the consulting orthodontist at my place. He's one of the best orthodontists that I've ever known. Thank you so much, Varun, for always being so kind to all my patients. I'm very happy with your work. Sachin, cost of super macro I've already answered. Narendra Agarwal, excellent presentation. Thank you. Ramesh Abdul, sir, I have a ring flash. Do I need to invest on a twin flash? Ramesh, I already answered this question yesterday. So if you're doing a lot of anterior aesthetic cases, I think you must go ahead to buy a twin flash. Otherwise, it's not needed if you do a lot of posterior cases. But it depends. If you want to publish your cases only, then go ahead for a twin flash. Otherwise, ring flash and a studio light, that's the perfect combination. So studio lights are going to be making you famous. So if you don't want to publish, I think the best option is ring flash is good, and then studio lights for anterior aesthetic cases, that's the best option. But if you want to publish, you have to have a twin flash. Super macro cost, I've already said. Harshada, hi Harshada, I think it's pretty late in Australia now. Too good. Thank you so much. Noel Perkins, thank you so much for joining me. Noel, I don't know which country you are from though. Thanks for coming live with me. Dr. Suma Krish, amazing session. Thank you so much. Prasad, sir, can you shed some light on monochrome photography? So Prasad, if you want to do monochrome photography or black and white photography, the only setting that you need to change in your camera is picture style or picture control. Let me do it for you so that you can understand it. I don't know, I think I showed it to you yesterday. For all the people who had attended yesterday, they must be knowing the answer to that, but still I don't mind showing it again. So this is what you do if you want to get monochrome pictures. Just if you have a Canon, just press the Q button and come to picture style option, picture style, and go to, instead of neutral, just go to M. M means monochrome, is written over here. So as soon as I take a picture with this now, it will be black and white. You don't have to worry too much about monochrome. You can also make it monochrome in post processing, so it's pretty cool. You don't have to worry too much about monochrome pictures. I hope I answered that. James David, nice presentation. Could you tell me the ring flash settings, the ratio? So the ratio of both sides should be kept same. Don't really bother about ratio. I would strongly recommend don't press this ratio button. It's not meant for a dentist. The ratio button is not to be used at all. Just keep the ratio same for both the sides, okay? And if you're asking me about the power, what I recommend is 1/8 power for anterior aesthetic cases and full power for all the other shots. For all the other shots is full power, and for anterior aesthetic cases I get a good result at 1/8 power. I hope I could answer that, James. So basically you have to play with the ratio on your own. I don't know what ring flash you are using, but if at full power you're getting overexposed, just reduce the flash power to half. But never play with the camera settings. Camera settings remain the same for all the shots except extraoral. I repeat the settings: shutter speed 1/200, ISO 100, and f maximum, whatever f number you have. So this is for ring flash users. Twin flash people, inbuilt flash people, you have different settings. Bala Murugan, amazing presentation. Are the super macro compatible with Canon 700? Yes, Bala. You need to understand a very basic concept. I forgot to tell you yesterday, but if you're still with me, so I had explained yesterday that this is Canon 700D. This is a crop sensor camera. However, this is a 6D. This is a full frame camera. So there are two basic types of cameras, right? A lens which is made for this camera is called as EFS lens. All right, because this mount, the mount where the lens goes, is called as an EFS mount. All right, so the lens made for a crop sensor camera are called EFS lenses. However, the lens made for a full frame are called EF lenses. Now here's the trick, Bala, and you need to understand this pretty well. All crop sensor cameras, they accept both the lenses, EF lenses as well as EFS lenses. Means a crop sensor camera can accept entry level lenses as well as professional lenses. However, I am stuck with this camera. I can only use a lens which is made for my camera, means only EF lenses. However, you as a crop sensor user have the freedom to use both EF lenses as well as EFS lenses. Isn't that cool? This is another reason why I don't suggest my students to invest on full frame DSLRs, because it's a big problem to decide lenses. A crop sensor camera can accept any Canon lens. Don't worry about it. MP 65 IS or 100mm lens? Gandhi Mathi. I don't know what the question is. I could not understand. If you can elaborate the question, I'll be more than happy to answer. Naisargi Shah, please suggest a ring flash, twin flash for Canon 550D. Naisargi, you can go ahead and buy a Canon ring flash or a Canon twin flash, that's best. Canon MR14EX2 or Canon MT24EX2, Canon MT26EX, that's the twin flash for a Canon. But if you don't have the budget, you can also go ahead and buy Yongnuo ring flash, that's really good, but Yongnuo twin flash is horrible. You can go ahead and buy a Meike twin flash, that's a good option. Omkar Sakpal, what is the cost of super macro? Already answered. Mihir Grover, sir, what was the tip that Dr. Umang gave to hide the texture of the cloth? I don't remember. And what Unmesh Pai, he said that increase the flash power. So what I did was, when I was going far from the cloth to reduce the amount of textures of the cloth, my background was becoming grayish in color. That means it was underexposed. So at that time I was at 1/8 power. So what Unmesh told me was increase the flash power, which I did, and I could get a white background even after staying away from the cloth. So if you want to make any gray background white, you want more light power coming in. That's the basic concept. So increase the flash power to make gray a white background. That really works. Naina Patel, excellent presentation. Thank you so much. Seema Rathi, very lucid and beautifully explained. Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm really glad you could come back again. Dr. Riddhi Kothari, wonderful presentation. It was like walking through dream. Brilliant photos, very informative. Thank you so much. Looking forward. Yeah, we have another session coming up the day after tomorrow, not today. So I'll be looking forward to that. That's going to be an amazing session, by the way. Don't miss out that one. Liji, what's the difference between speed light and studio light, and which one is better? That's a very good question, and I think everybody over here would be really delighted to understand the difference. Speed light is a small light. It's a portable light and it works on AA batteries. You can see the mouth of this flash is very narrow. Alright, so the power that comes out from this is very concentrated. It's very focused. Also, the softbox that you can put on them are comparatively smaller, so you have greater difficulty to get wide background shots. However, a studio light, on the other hand, it has a bigger light mouth then the soft boxes are way bigger. So you have a bigger area to work on, so it's much more easier to get shots with a white background. For people who have a small clinic, I usually suggest Speedlight with smaller soft boxes. However, people who have space, I would suggest Studio Light. What do you mean by people who have smaller clinics? Anybody who has a working area more than 70 square feet, around 70 square feet or more than 70 square feet, can install Studio Light in their clinics. Like in my clinic, my working area is 70 square feet only, which is a very small clinic, but still I use Studio Light in my clinic. So if you have a space of 70 square feet or more, you should definitely go ahead and buy Studio Lights and not Speed Lights. That's a very good question, Lazy. Abhishek Kavelkar, thank you so much. Mamata first, thank you so much. Ragini, I was a little confused about the position of the softbox flash direction with black background. Where is the flash directed? Okay. So basically, I don't know what shot you are talking about. So suppose if what I'm basically saying is, if you have a small subject like this, okay, what I'm saying is I have to keep my lens like this. The flash is coming from here only, but the background has to be empty. There has to be nothing in the background, so you'll get a black background. However, if you want surface texture that looks awesome and nice, so this is how it works. So my camera is this, so you can consider my eyes as my camera right now, but my flash is this direction. Okay, my flash is in this direction. Okay, it's like this. So my flash is falling on the central incisors. However, I'm looking at my patient's canine. So although I'm taking a picture of the centrals, the light is right in the centrals, but I'm taking the picture from 90 degrees from the flash direction. This is what I'm saying. So my eyes are where my camera is, my flash is where it exactly is, and my patient is exactly over here. So this is exactly the direction. Everything is at a triangle to each other. Everything is at different levels. These two are in the same plane, and I and the patient are also in the same plane, but the light is not in my plane. So all the three are different. Okay, we can form a triangle like this. I hope that could clear the doubts. Maybe I can draw it maybe later on for you. Ritvik, excellent, thank you so much. Masa Nili, when we want to take a photo with white background, do we have any flash shooting from the front other than behind the object? Yes, that's what I exactly said. So suppose if this is the light source and for your white background, and this is your patient, and suppose this is where my little finger is, where my camera is. So what is going to happen is, I'm holding the patient like this for the time being. So if my camera is over here, I'm going to get a white background, yes, but there is no light falling over here. So this might turn out to be fully black. Okay, so ideally you should have one more light source over here. If not, what you can also do is you can turn this background slightly like this, such that you have white in the background also, and some light is spilling over in front on this side also. You can do it with one light also, but this light has to be really big enough. This is a very small light for me to handle. You can manage it with one light also, but having two lights is always better. Yes, Masa, Nili, having two lights for a white background is way better, way more easy as compared to a black background. Do you want to see that happening? I can do it right now and show it to you. This is a very good question actually. I'll be more than happy to show you what I'm explaining. So I'll just turn the camera around for you all to see. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be using my softbox again. What I'm going to do is I'll put my speed light in this. Yeah, so I have my softbox and my speed light is also ready. What I'm saying is it's a little difficult to manage the situation if you have only one softbox and only one light. Maybe this is for you. It's a very good question and a very important question to answer because everybody should know about it. I'm putting my flash at half power tentatively. Okay. So what I am saying is, okay. So if this is my white background and this is my patient, right? This is my white background and this is my patient. If I shoot from this direction, there is no light coming in over here. So this part will be fully black. So let me do that and show it to you. So you'll be able to understand much better. So I am putting the trigger so that I can fire my speed light. I'm getting a blue light in my speed light, so it is going to fire for sure. There's no doubt about it. I'll be coming back to my 100mm macro lens. Right? So what I'm saying is, if you can appreciate, yeah. So what I'm saying is, if you keep your subject like this, there is no light which is going to be falling on this side because I am shooting from this side. Okay, so I'm going to get a white background, but this side I'm not going to get any light coming in on this side. So this will be fully black. Let me do it and show it to you so you'll understand. Alright, so I need some space. I'll just move you all slightly. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go ahead and take a shot and the background will be fully white. But I might be having issues on my side. Yeah, okay, so this was a black and white picture. It came in monochrome because my picture style was on monochrome. Let me get your color picture. I'm going to put the picture style neutral again. Alright, so what I'm saying is, yeah, you can see what has happened. My background is white. My background is white, but there's hardly any light coming in over here. Okay, let me show this to you on the tab. It'll be easy for you all to appreciate on the tab, I think. I'll show you the image over here. See how the picture is. There is less light coming on this side. So the background is white, but very less light on this side. So what I'm going to do now is, I would be really happy to get one more light source on this side. So what I can do is, I can get one more studio light. So this is another studio light that I have, and I can use it on slave mode. Alright, and I'm going to be putting light over here. So yeah, I've reduced the power quite a bit because I'm very close to my subject. Yeah, and I'm going to be repeating the shot and showing it to all of you all. Let me just check if it's firing or not. It is firing, both the lights are firing. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to repeat the same shot, but there'll be more amount of light on my side this time. Yeah, I need some more light. I'm going to increase the flash power slightly. Yeah, let us see the difference between both the pictures. So this was the first shot or the initial shot, and with the second light my picture is like this. I have more light as compared to the previous situation. So this was the previous situation, very less light, and now I have slightly more light. I can increase the flash power and get in more light falling on this side as well. So I have increased the flash power on my side. I've increased the flash power of this light. So you can play around with this. It's a permutation and combination, nothing to worry about much. Yeah. I'll increase it even more. Yeah. So we have more and more light coming in on our side of the patient. So we have even more light that has come on our side of the patient. right? This is a very good question. If you don't have two lights also, you can manage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this off. So this one was working on the slave mode. So as soon as the light falls on this, when that one fires, this also fires. So I'm going to be putting this off, and I can manage the situation with one light itself. What I'm going to do is, instead of this position, I'm going to change the position of this, and my patient is going to be like this. So if you can appreciate, the light is not only my background, but it's falling on my side also. It means the light is falling on the first and fourth quadrants also, because the light is coming in from here as well. So I'll show you the difference between both the directions. So let me keep it like this first. Now it's perpendicular to me, completely perpendicular to me. Let me take the shot and show it to you. So this is the wrong direction. Now let me get it in the right direction. You can manage the situation with this angle change also. So this is the second direction. I'll show you the difference on the tab so you can appreciate the difference better. So in this situation, light is completely in the background. Alright? But when I turn the direction of the light, now light is falling more on my side also. So just by turning the light direction also, you can manage the situation very well. That was a great question, Nili. I'm so happy I could get such an intelligent question. Very happy to answer that one. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Amazing session. Nikita Rohila, thank you so much. Senthil Pandian, nicely presented. Thank you so much. Tanvir Singh Teja, how do we get crisp line angles? If you want crisp line angles, I would suggest that you don't go for studio light. You have to go for a twin flash and keep the direction of the light servo-coincidental. That's how you get crisp line angles. Good interactive session, Pradeep. Thank you so much. Waiting for tomorrow's class. Tomorrow there is no class. Now we have a session on so today's 7th. Now we have our next session on 9th. Gurleen Kaur, sir, nice interiors of your room. Thank you so much. Nikita Agarwal, does 700D support third-party flash? Nikita, yes, it does. Noel R, which company ring flash, twin flash to buy for EOS 1500D? You have to buy Canon only. Most probably, no other company will work on your camera, but you can try it once, because in one situation, what happened? One of my students who has 1500D, he joined my Manipal course, and Yongnuo flash was working on his camera. I was surprised to see that. So you can try it and then buy it. Viral Patel, can we do white background photography with ring flash or twin flash? So what you can do is you can put a big white cloth on the ring flash and hope you can get a white background. But the better way would be to bounce the flash off a white color paper or a white color wall. In that case you can, but it's very tough. What you can do is you can buy a speed light and keep one speed light behind the patient such that the speed light bounces on the wall. Okay, so if I am your patient, what you can do is, what I'm saying is, you can buy the speed light and keep it behind me like this. Keep it behind me like this. And suppose if this is the white wall, so this is the situation. My light is facing the wall, not me. So what's going to happen is, this is going to bounce off the background and you are going to illuminate the background more, thereby getting a white, more white background as compared to a gray background. That's a very good question, Viral. I'm very happy that you asked it. So maybe it helped quite a lot of others also. What is the macro lens model for Nikon? Iowa is one, as far as I know. Other lenses, I'm not really sure if they are good or bad. Puneet Kathuria, which softbox do you recommend? I already answered that. Suvid Virmani, last I heard you, I ended up buying 100mm macro lens. This time, should it be a ring flash or twin flash? It's up to you. I don't know what kind of work you do, Suvid. But majority of the work that I do is a lot of posterior work, so I recommend ring flash for it. If you do a lot of anterior aesthetics, twin flash might be a good buy. But again, you have to understand, if you're going to document your cases for publication or publicity, if you don't want to publish, then there's no point in buying a twin flash. Directly go for a ring flash and studio light. If you want to publish, then you have to have twin flash for sure. You are actually sounding as if you are complaining that you got a macro lens. Trust me, Suvit, it's a good choice that you bought a 100mm macro lens. You have to have a 100mm macro lens. Jimitesh, amazing session. Thank you, Sachin. What is image stacking? Image stacking is like sandwich. You take multiple images and stack them together. So every picture is focusing at different areas of a tooth. For example, first you are focusing the palatal cusp. In the second picture, you're focusing the middle part of the tooth, and in the third picture, you are focusing the buccal cusp. So you can stack them together, so the entire tooth looks very sharp. That's image stacking. I don't do it much. I'm not a big fan of image stacking, but I have done it once or twice. Which lens to suggest for orthophotography? It does not matter. Anything in dentistry is 100mm macro lens only. Dr. Kishan Patel. I hope that answers it. Satyam Jaiswal. Which entry level flash should I buy for all purposes? Entry level flash for all purposes. Ring flash is good. I have Nikon DSLR 5300D with Nikon 105mm macro lens. Secondly, how and which super macro lens will be compatible with my camera? I think you should try checking out Iowa. I think it makes a super macro lens for Nikon. As far as your flash is concerned, Nikon does not make a ring flash. So you can go ahead with the Yongnuo ring flash, Yongnuo YN14EX. If you want to buy it, you can ask me. I can send it across to you after the lockdown is over. It's available for 9,500 or something. Sarah was super helpful. Thank you so much. Umesh Pai, what are the flash settings? I've already answered this. Govind Jha, if somebody buys softbox setup, no need to buy ring flash and twin flash. No. Ring flash is meant for major part of the dental photography that we do in our clinics. So ring flash is a must. Twin flash is for anti-aesthetics, and softbox is very good for extraoral portraits and tabletop photography and glamour photography. Everything has its own use. Khyati Poria, informative, super awesome. Thank you so much. Ushaina, great presentation, Mayu. Thank you. Bala Murugan, superb lecture. Price of extension tube, I think it'll be around 11,000 rupees for 3 extension tubes. Just check it out. You have 11mm, 21mm and 31mm. You can use all 3 together as well. The aperture one is around 11,000 to 15,000. Canon ones I have never used, so I don't know. Nikon does not make, I think. Pooja Yadav, super presentation. Thank you so much. Faisal Muzawar, the STM kit lens, okay, 1850-250 lens, has a macro sign. Can we use it? No, you can't, because it's not a macro lens. That macro sign that you are talking about is nothing but the minimum focusing distance. I would request you to ask me the same question that we are going to be conducting on the 3rd live session when we are talking about lenses. It's a very good question, Fazal. I'll be looking forward to answer it. But just read it up. It's minimum focusing distance is not a macro lens. It's how close you can go to the subject. Rishikesh Ghule, settings for extraoral photography, shutter speed 1/200, ISO 100, f11 should be fine with inbuilt flash, also with ring flash, also with twin flash also. But if you have studio lights, then you can go up to f16 or f22 also many times. Aditya, please guide for surgical photography. Can we use ring flash or for surgical pictures? Yes, definitely. For surgeries, it's a boon to have a ring flash. Please go ahead and buy a ring flash. You can also buy a speed light like this and a softbox like this. Is going to make your surgical pictures so awesome. Might as well go for a studio light. It's going to make your entire surgical pictures looking like what you see in amazing international surgeons also. So if you buy studio light and set it up in your OT, you're going to end up getting amazing pictures that you could have never got with the ring flash. Sana, can you share the model number of the super macro lens? Yes, it's called Canon MPE 65. Let me show it to you. This is the lens that is meant for super macro stuff. It's Canon MPE 65mm. It's an amazing lens that you should have. If you love macro photography, it's a lens that it's going to change your life, and you're going to getting a lot of wows for all your pictures. Devinder Bharadwaj, hello sir, I have seen a lot of people shifting to mirrorless camera. Right now is not the time because it does not have a 100mm macro lens. Maybe you can use it for your microscope, not right now. You don't need to invest so much. Mirrorless cameras are expensive as well at this point of time. No need to invest so much on it. Surabhi, if you have to click a black background image of the labial surface of 6 anteriors from front, is that possible? Yes, it's possible. You have to put a contrastor inside the patient's mouth. There is a very good video on how to use contrastors on my YouTube channel. You can just go to YouTube and search Dental Photography School. There's a video called how to use intraoral accessories. That's the video that you need to see, because there would be not a white space behind. You just need to put a contrastor inside. Just keep the contrastor away from your main area of concern. If you keep it very close to 3 to 3, you might end up getting some textures on the contrastors. So that's not the way to go. Just keep it as away from the subject as possible. Khalida Ansari, great presentation. Thank you so much. Sonam, very informative. Thank you so much. Ashutosh Chaudhary, manual settings for Yongnuo ring flash. I said it. Full 1x1 full power for almost all the shots. Only for anterior aesthetics is 1/8. Bhriti Gangbani, which extension tube with 1855 and macro filter? Macro filter, I've already said yesterday, it comes in I think it comes in 1+, 2+, 5+, and 10+. Extension tube 11mm, 21mm, 31mm. These are amazing extension tubes by Aperture. Shekhar is watching. Hi Shekhar, nice to see you on a dental session. Paras Kotari, awesome, thank you so much. Aisha Shah, what should be the setting with 1855 lens with macro filters or extension tubes? What you can do is keep your f number maximum. That should be around 21, I think, and you can manage the rest. Shutter and ISO never changes. It's always 1/200 and ISO 100. Image stacking already said. Flash that we use for 100D Canon 1855 lens. You can use any flash that I've spoken about today. Amit Brar, hi. Paji, how are you? Looking forward to see you soon. How can we get white background for extraoral portraits? Available is a ring flash and studio light. So what you can do is you can put your studio lights on slave mode. Studio lights also work on slave mode. So what you can do in that case is your ring flash becomes the master. Whenever the ring flash will fire, the studio light will also fire. That's going to you have to keep the studio light behind the patient, so that light comes from the occipital region to the frontal region, and that has to be less power as compared to the ring flash. So the ring flash has to be on full power and your studio light has to be on very less power. Okay, that's the way out. Prasad Rathod, okay, nearly have finished. Richard, excellent webinar, thank you so much. Is in Yongnuo ring flash there are 2 settings in flash for exposure, manual or automatic. You have to use manual only, you cannot use automatic or ETTL. Can we take pictures in black background without holding the prosthesis? Nikita Agarwal, I did not get your question actually, but I don't understand. Pictures in black background without holding the prosthesis. So yes, you can put it on anything. You should not keep it on the table. In the sense, what I'm saying is, if you have a contrastor, you should not keep it over. You should not keep the prosthesis on the contrastor. Otherwise, you'll end up getting textures of the contrastor. So you have to keep air behind the subject somehow. So suppose if you have a subject like this, okay. What I'm saying is, don't keep it on the table like this. Otherwise, what's going to happen is you will be able to see this part of the subject which will be on the table. You will not be able to get rid of it in post processing. So what you can do is mount it on a narrower narrow thing. For example, you can mount it on something like this. Whatever you mount it on has to be narrower as compared to the subject. Something like this. I hope you understand. I don't have something narrow with me right now, but it has to be a narrow thing. In that case, what you are saying is going to be working out fine. So it'll be like this. Okay, it'll be like this. So it'll be easy for you to get a black background like this. So your base has to be very narrow and very far from the front part of the subject. In that case, you can still not hold the prosthesis and still get a black background? I understood what you are saying. It's a very good question, Nikita Agarwal. Narinder, can you use twin flash with colored diffusers? Yes, you can, but yeah, you can stick those colors on the twin flash and use them. It's a very good way to get artistic pictures. Rishikesh Gule, camera settings for external photography. Already said. Mahinur Punjrani is watching. Hi Mahinur. Ishman, amazing lecture. Sir, if I have to do anterior photography with ring flash, what is the way? Same thing. Shutter 1/200 ISO 100 and ring flash at 1/8 power f32 if you are using Canon. Border ring flash. Elinchrom FRX 200 or 400. Anything is fine. You can buy anything. Both are amazing. Shekhar, Dr. Mayur, always inspiring. Thank you, Shekhar. Umesh Pai, super stuff. Love the presentation. Thank you. Arpita Patak, thanks Mayur on your opinion on Metz wireless ring flash. I haven't used it, but the advantage is it does not have a wire, so it's going to be working out really well. I would probably want to get my hands on it as well, but check out the guide number of the flash. That's going to be the factor that's going to influence me the maximum. So if the guide number is high, it's worthwhile, but I've heard that Metz flash is really good. I think you can go ahead and buy it blindly is good, but not having a wire and having a wireless ring flash, I don't think I'll be investing so much just to remove the wire. It does not make any sense. Yeah, the other option is you can remove the flash and use it as a side flash. That's a very good thing that you can do with it, but I would probably invest on a speed light and a cheaper ring flash than going for a Metz flash. I don't think it makes any sense buying a wireless ring flash. I would probably invest on a cheaper ring flash like a Yongnuo, which is just for 9,500, and invest on one more speed light like a Yongnuo speed light. Okay, that is around 6,000 rupees. So I end up paying 15,000 rupees and still save a lot of money. Mayur Pujara, amazing session. Mayur, thank you so much for coming in. Kinjal Shah, thank you so much. Bala Morgan, super macro lens is compatible with 700. Yes. Surabhi, so Saurabh Rai, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Preeti Lamba, hi Preeti, how are you? I mentioned you yesterday in my session because you were the one who has made a DIY polar eyes by using a linear polarizing film, if I'm not mistaken. So I have recommended your name to everybody to watch out for, Preeti. So maybe if they contact you, how you made it, you can help them out. I've already told them to buy linear polarizing films. Surgical field, which is better, ring or twin? Ring. Madivanan, go for ring flash for surgicals. James David Raj, excellent presentation. Could you tell me about the flash settings for ring flash ratio and or manual or TTL? I have already said it. Monish, thank you so much. Prasad, thank you so much. Sandhya Srinivasan, thank you so much. Macro lens for Nikon, it's 105mm you can go for, or 85mm. Both are very good, Nikon. But don't go for third party like Tamron, they suck big time. Madhupa Ghosh, hi Madhupa. Thank you for the amazing session. Thank you so much. Puneet Kathuria, hi. Thank you so much. Fazal, any other inexpensive flash you suggest of? Yongnuo is an inexpensive one. Studio Light, if you are asking inexpensive, then Godox is a good option. But go for Elinchrom is the best. Riaz Mohammed, good presentation. Waiting for the next. It's on 9th. I'll be looking forward to see you, Riaz. Thank you so much, everybody. I don't know if there are any more questions. Bhriti Gangwani, is 100D Canon with 1855 lens okay for dental photography? Yes, it is. Which extension tube or macro filter? Aperture extension tubes or macro filter? Sonia. But please keep that only if you don't want to buy a macro lens. I would suggest that not to go for extension tubes or macro filters. Go ahead and buy a macro lens. You will come to know about it on the third live session that's going to happen on the 9th, because I'm going to be talking about magnification ratios. It's going to be an eye-opener for all of us. Khalid Joshi, thank you so much. Bhaumik, hi Bhaumik, how are you? What about which mode in ring flash? You should not use ETTL. You should use it on manual mode. Frederick, hi Frederick. Really glad that you came in for the session. Thank you so much for appreciating it. I'm very glad. I'll be looking forward to see you again. Shama Kant, all doubt clear after watching these presentations. Thank you so much. Ishman sir, how to change power of ring flash MR14EX? You can press the center button and rotate the dial around it. That's how you change it. Suhail, what are the camera settings for twin flash for intraoral and extraoral shots? Twin flash is not supposed to be used for extraoral shots because you'll be ending up getting two shadows. But if you still want to use it, you can put it on full power. That's 1/1 power on manual mode. For intraoral, again keep it on full power. But for anterior aesthetic shots, that's close-up shots, you have to keep it at 1/8 power. Naveen Gupta, for inbuilt flash, what camera setting can be used for intraoral photography? You have to keep it on +2 if you are a Canon user. If you are a Nikon user, then full power. That's actually called full in your settings. Sumit Dada, Mayur, excellent stuff. Thank you so much, sir, for coming over. Covered all major topics. Thank you so much, sir. It was a pleasure to have you in my session. Alright. Can you put some light on tripod? Please don't buy tripods for dental photography. It's an absolute waste of money. But if you want to buy it for outdoor, go for any Manfrotto tripod, which is more than 15,000 rupees. That's the best tripod that you should be looking for. Udit Gupta, do explain what's the difference between optics of normal 100mm Canon lens and 100mm macro lens. 100mm macro lens, I'm going to be talking more about lenses in my forthcoming session where I'll be speaking about this question. Mayur Pujara, what are the camera settings with inbuilt flash? External photography, shutter speed 1/200, ISO 100 and f11. Intraoral photography, shutter speed 1/200, ISO 100, f25 for direct shots. But for indirect shots means mirror shots, you can go for shutter speed 1/200, ISO 100 and f18. Dash Rughani, thank you so much. I joined little but could learn a lot. Thank you so much, Dash. Arpit Pathak, that great session. Your opinion on Mets Flash, just need to know. You can go ahead and buy it, but I think you should still invest on a cheaper ring flash. I don't know, Mets, I think it's quite expensive. You can go for Yongnuo ring flash and a speed light. Indu Mohan, thank you so much for joining in. When is the next class? Next class is on 9th at 5:30 in the evening. Thank you so much, Ramesh. Umar Mohammed, what about twin flash and softbox? Will it both work together, or you have to completely rely on softbox? What about Godox SK400? I'm planning to buy. If you have twin flash, you can make DIY small soft boxes that go for twin flash. Alright, so you can catch hold of any tailor or anybody who makes a school bag in your area, ask them to make a square softbox that can go into your twin flash. He'll take the measurements as you want them to be. But better if you can go ahead with these kind of diffusers. These are plastic diffusers, easily to fit on, and they work just fine. Don't go for Godox SK400. I have them and I regret it big time. Please go ahead for Elinchrom. It's amazing. It's really easy to use, and Godox is complicated. Also, their softboxes, Godox softbox is a little bit more complicated to use than Elinchrom. I would definitely not suggest Godox over Elinchrom. Liji, super duper lecture. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining in. I'm so happy you joined in. You're looking for the upcoming one. Next lecture, 9th of April at 5:30 p.m. Sushan Sharma, live demo for white background with reflection. I would probably do it when I have my studio lights, because it's really difficult to get it if the surface area that you're working on is so small. I would want the luxury of a bigger softbox, so I would want studio light for that. Nelly, thank you so much. Nili from Iran, thank you for joining in. Nilesh, wow, you have tremendous energy. Thank you so much. Sai, thank you so much. Could you also show what happens if there is no light at the background? No light at the background. You will get a black background. Neha. Muhammad Al-Shiri, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Nili, I got my answer. Thank you so much. Subhashini Ruben, awesome session. Thank you, sir. Could you please explain about macro filter? Macro filter is nothing but like a UV filter on your lens. You have different diopters of it. Like you have 1+, 2+, 5+, and 10+. So if you put different diopters, you can come closer and closer to your subject, thereby it looks magnified. If you put all the ones together, you get a very close-up shot in that. So it's just like a threaded piece of round glass that goes in front of your lens. But I would still not recommend it to use. But if you don't want to buy a macro lens, you can still use them. What is the price of Canon twin flash? It should be roughly around 48 or 50,000 rupees. Kalan, how to get white background for extraoral photography for orthodontic purpose? You have to have a studio light, keep the studio light behind the patient, and you have to have one more studio light in front of the patient. That's how you get a white background for orthodontic photography. If you have only one studio light, keep it behind the patient. Can Nikon macro lens suitable for Sony Alpha? I've never really tried it, but you can check it out how to mount a Nikon lens on a Sony. Maybe you can find some videos on YouTube. I've never tried it. Preetham Lad, excellent session. Thank you so much, Preetham, for joining in. Rashmi Ravant, what if there is not much space behind the patient? How do we end up with a black background? You can actually get a black background by asking the patient to come outside also. You don't have to be on the dental chair. You cannot take any pictures on full face pictures on the dental chair. You have to ask the patient to come out of the dental chair. Wherever you have a lobby or a long area behind the patient, you have to ask the patient to stand there. If you still don't have any space, you can do it outside your clinic as well. So it's easy to get a black background behind the patient. Mihi Grover, it was a beautiful session. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for joining in. Like pictures of impressions, what you can do is you can just keep the impression tray in your hand and shoot a picture. So if just imagine that this is your impression tray, just hold the impression tray in your hand and shoot it like this itself. You will get a black background. If you want to see how it's done, I'll be more than happy to show it to you. Let me connect my ring flash onto it. If you want to take pictures of impression trays, this is how you do it. Just get yourself a ring flash or a twin flash, mount it on your camera like this. It hardly takes any time for you to ready your ring flash. Just put the ring flash on. I put my ring flash on and it is at half power and at a magnification ratio of 1:2 for me, which might be 1:3 for you. So suppose if this is your impression tray, I just have to hold it like this. So you can, there's a lot of space behind me. I'm sure to get a black color background. So just imagine that this is an impression tray. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to focus on it. And I'm going to get pictures like these. So this is the kind of pictures that you will get with a black color background. Do you want to see it on a bigger screen? I would be more than happy to show it on a bigger screen as well. So let me just put this thing on. I'll put the tablet on so that you can see the same picture on a big screen. Just see to it that there's nothing in the background. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to worry about it at all. You can hold it. You can hold the impression tray in your hand, and you will end up getting pictures like these. The background is purely black. See, amazing. It's so simple and so fast. Getting a black background is the simplest thing that you can ever get. Pratik Navekar, hi. Thanks for joining in. Abhinav Mishra, in the time of COVID, how to protect your equipment from aerosol? Amazing question. What you can do is you can wrap it around with surgical gloves. You can also wrap it around tissue. Just remind me to show you a video that I have already. It's going for publication in one of the surgical journals. So I'll be more than happy to show you the video someday. How can I get a white background? Already covered. Thank you so much. Yagnesh Karya. Hi Yagnesh, how are you? Beautiful presentation. Looking forward to the upcoming session. Thank you so much. Hi Monish. Hi Riddhi. Thank you so much for joining in. Any diffuser for ring flash? Riddhi, what I do for an extra, so these already have diffusers. If you want extra diffusers, what you can do is, you've seen that packing material that looks like a sponge. I'll show it to you what you can do. You can buy these kind of packing material. Just once again, I'm coming, just showing you the packing material. I'm sure you all must have seen these kind of packing material that you get. You can cut it in the shape of ring flash and then stick it in front of your ring flash to get added diffusion. This is what it looks like. It looks like foam. So this helps you a lot, but it should not be so thick. Maybe around 2 mm thickness is more than enough. Good question, Riddhi. Shweta, awesome session. Thank you so much. Pala Kurti Kiran, thank you so much. So it was amazing to have you all online. I hope you enjoyed the session on tabletop photography. I hope you understood that it's really very simple to get such pictures, especially black background pictures and white background pictures. Then even to get a reflection is so simple. The only difficult shot is white background with reflector with reflection. You need a bigger softbox for that. Super macro also is very simple. On 9th of April, I'll be seeing you again at 5:30 in the evening with an amazing topic. So I'll be looking forward to your company on the 9th of April. Till then, thank you so much. If you have more questions, you can WhatsApp it to me on 8655225522.